shoot, shoot. Yeah, 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 shoot.
Sing to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lights, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start looking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you. touch but never love the feeling. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. I'm sure I'm far along, but if you wanna travel, then go along. What's the point of us if I never know? I'm sure I'm far along, but if you wanna travel, then go along. If you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. Unknown brain, Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games.
chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you finally, see you looking down and out. Coming to me crying, saying you miss having me around. Gave you chances and you blew it. You so easily influenced. All the times you told me beat it, now you gotta face the music. I'm saying.
I know that I gotta stay away from my games. Yeah, I know that I found somebody else to love. Know that the grass ain't green on the other side. No, you did me dirty for the last time.
goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. Weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes.
does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Oh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, then I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. More times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. How long do I gotta keep you?
I can't find my way back to you till you make amends with the demons you've been through. I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home. I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand. Call 911.
too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed. Let me bleed. Let me. All of the pain seems to follow, like a shadow, dark and cold to the touch. Am I insane not to let go? Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed. Let me bleed. Let me. Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. While we so ashamed to be alive, break the chains and our freedom's ours to take. Days of light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers, standing in this air. Going louder, we are all one color, standing in their way.
attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Oh baby, if you ever need a helper, hey, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. And when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. You're my dream, but I just want it. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. But I just want it.
Deep inside, I knew from the start, you my bunny, I'm your blood. Eternity, I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. Now this don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever it's the red now, day up and night with you till I die. How many times for you I'm a try? Want you to know this, the one and I know this. Perfect soulmate, I wanna show it my best friend. She's saving my life, my happy end in hard times.
Hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. I just want it.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
Okay.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
Oh baby.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I can never ever find the right words. And there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl. So I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. That it feels right. Feels right. So right, so right, so right. I'm just going with the gut. Never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me whip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we go and come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words. And there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl. So I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels right.
Champion, there is an urgent mission that requires a seasoned hero of Stormwind such as yourself. Quickly meet me behind Stormwind Keep and tell no one.
You need something?
I thought I saw you glance in my direction. The job's not done yet. Sleep with one eye open. This was a very bold move by the Defias Brotherhood, especially since they've been relatively quiet since the last attack of the Legion. The artifact they stole, I shudder to think what they intend with it. We must move quickly. Over here, Champion. Let me know when you're ready to speak to our informant. I apologize if this is a bit of a surprise to you. To most, she was last known to have fallen in the Dead Mines.
But I'm not quite so easy to kill. Wonderful to see you again, so-called hero.
Vanessa.
I'm just having some fun, of course.
During the Legion's last invasion, Vanessa was a member of a secretive order that aided in the defense of our world. Since then, the Defias have been quiet. We fight in... So then, Vanessa, why did your Defias steal the Drake Fire Amulet from Stormwind Keep?
The what? If you're going to pin something on me, you have to do better than stringing some random words together.
The job's not done yet. Marshal Reginald Windsor suspected there was evil in Stormwind. Sleep with one eye open, chaos. He saw treachery. Look to the shadows. Corrupt dealings of the nobles and the rise of the Defias Brotherhood. A few years after the Third War, Marshal Reginald Windsor suspected there was evil in Stormwind. Where others saw chaos, he saw treachery in the corrupt dealings of the nobles and the rise of the Defias Brotherhood. Through perseverance, he discovered a grand conspiracy leading to the hallowed halls of Stormwind Keep itself. But you know this. You were there. That day, he confronted the most powerful noble in Stormwind, Lady Katrana Prestor. With her lies exposed, she burst forth, revealing her true form, Onyxia, daughter of Deathwing. Windsor laid down his life to free Stormwind, shattering Onyxia's hold on the city. After she fled, we discovered the cursed amulet she had used to control and persuade so many. while there were concerns Onyxia's power may still linger within, it remained in your possession. Until now.
The Horde in World of Warcraft. The Horde in World of Warcraft have always been a unique force on Azeroth. They're a conglomeration of the disparate outcasts of the fringe factions on the planet. Each playable race all have their own unique reasons for joining the Horde. Some join through fleshed out methods of storytelling and world building, others not so much. But in order to understand why each race joined the Horde, we need to understand how the Horde as we know it today was even founded in the first place. For the Horde! We'll start right at the end of the Second War on Azeroth, so right after the second Warcraft game. And the Horde lost this war. Pretty bad, actually. During these two wars, the orcs invaded Azeroth all hyped up on demon blood, which made them giga-powerful, bloodthirsty, mean, and green. But now that demon blood was wearing off, leaving them with a nasty, lethargic hangover, and during their years-long murder bender, they forgot all about their orcish culture that they had developed on their home planet of Draenor. So after the orcs lost the Second War, they either fled back to their home world, or they were rounded up and placed in camps by the Alliance. One of these captured orcs was named Thrall, and he joined Orgrim Doomhammer and helped in liberating these captured orcs and helped leading them in their old, traditional, honorable orcish ways. This was a new era for the orcs. Now they were focused on their own self-preservation in this strange new world they found themselves in, and this is effectively a soft reboot for the faction as a whole. During the orcs' liberation, Orgrim Doomhammer dies and Thrall takes his place as the new war chief of the Horde. And he gets to wear Doomhammer's armor and wield his fancy weapon. Sometime later, deep in the war chief's sleep, suddenly, he's granted a vision. Thrall, there's a new Warcraft game coming out, Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos. I need you to travel to the continent of Kalimdor. It's like super important, man. So Thrall and the Horde steal some Alliance boats and set sail for the continent of Kalimdor. But on their way, they get caught up in a storm and settle on a remote island.
Tazdingo man.
While on the island, Thrall meets Sen'jin, the aged witch doctor and chieftain of the Darkspear tribe. And even by troll standards, which are typically unsuccessful, the Darkspear had quite the troubled past. The tribe was originally from Stranglethorn Vale, but were bullied out of the forest by the other troll tribes. The Darkspear then fled to the island they are on now, but more recently, a Kultiran expedition of humans established an outpost on the island and are hunting down Thrall's band of orcs. Even worse, a tribe of Murlocs are sacrificing people in order to please a Naga sea witch. This entire scenario happens in Warcraft 3, and during the campaign, the orcs and the trolls team up to eliminate the human threat, but the Murlocs take Sen'jin and Thrall by surprise and capture them. And I think a lot of people forget that Murlocs weren't always just like these silly little comic relief fish people. Like in Warcraft 3, they had some deep, intimidating ass voices.
Your meddling magics will no longer interfere with our plans.
Thrall fights back against the Murlocs, but Sen'jin is sacrificed by the evil amphibian creatures. And with his last dying breath, he asks Thrall to take his tribe with him because the Sea Witch just cursed this place and a volcano just erupted and the whole island is sinking. So Thrall, the orcs, and the Darkspear trolls and their new leader, Vol'jin, Sen'jin's son, all pile into their boats and set sail for Kalimdor. The Darkspear trolls establish themselves in Durotar and the Echo Isles. Finally, the Darkspear trolls had a place they could call home. Throughout history, they had been plagued with famine and war, but now, as a part of the Horde, they can start to build a life of prosperity with their newly found Horde allies.
Someone call for the doctor?
The Horde then meet the Tauren, who have a very similar story to the orcs and trolls. The Tauren are a tribal, shamanistic race who have lived in harmony with nature for generations. Only recently, the Centaur have been encroaching on their lands and threaten to drive the Tauren to extinction. Thrall meets the Tauren leader, Karen Bloodhoof, and helps the cow people claim the lands of Mulgore, and in return, the Tauren join the Horde.
For the Horde.
So far, this whole reinvention of the Horde has been told through Warcraft 3, and this game ends with the Horde helping fight back a demonic invasion and then building the city of Orgrimmar. So right now, there are 3 races in the Horde that all share many similarities. They all are groups of tribal warriors with cultures focused around honor and shamanism, trying to thrive in a world that threatens their existence. But it wouldn't be till World of Warcraft that a new race would alter the dynamic of the Horde. And this is one of my favorite instances of world building in the Warcraft universe. The Forsaken were formerly the citizens of Lordaeron, who were enslaved and undeath by the Lich King, then later broken from the shackles of his domination magic. But one must ask if their free will is a blessing or a curse. Gone are the days of their lives when they were living, a distant memory as their kingdom crumbles around them and their shambling bodies decay. They are a people cursed to live in the light-forsaken echo of their past, and yet it is the only place they can call home, as the outside world shuns them as monsters, no different than the scourge which they had broken free from. The Forsaken's only hope for their continued perseverance is through their Banshee Queen, Sylvanas Windrunner. who promises to lead her cursed people to a better existence, no matter the cost. Forces like the Scarlet Crusade threaten the Forsaken's survival, and in order to ensure their safety, they must find new allies on Azeroth. At first, Sylvanas sent emissaries to the Horde and Alliance.
Victory for Sylvanas.
The Alliance emissary was never heard from again. But the Horde emissary, surprisingly, found allies from an unexpected source. They met with the Tauren, specifically Hamel Rune Totem, who saw a chance at redemption for the Forsaken. I mean, if they didn't help them, who would? Surely it wouldn't be the Alliance. The undead ambassadors meet with the Horde leaders and explain that they're merely seeking a cure for their undead affliction. Just ignore that they're brewing a plague in their laboratories, feeding poison to living beings for fun, and have lobotomized slaves. That is just all about finding a cure, of course. Yeah, finding a cure. And perhaps the Horde and their shamanistic ways could be the breakthrough they need to find it. At first, the Horde leaders were unsure about this whole idea. During the Third War, they fought the Scourge. Were these Forsaken really that different? But on the other hand, they have a fortified city in the Eastern Kingdoms, a part of Azeroth with virtually no Horde presence, and it could be a crucial asset to the Horde. Upon further discussion, the shamans of the Earthen Ring suggested that it was the Horde's obligation, no, it was their duty to aid the Forsaken. The orcs were also labeled as monsters after drinking the demon blood, and only just recently altered their course for redemption. Couldn't you say the Forsaken are trying to do the same? And so, the Forsaken were officially accepted into the Horde, although their partnership with the other Horde races was not as tight-knit. Regardless, the Forsaken were allowed to establish an embassy in Thunderbluff called the Pools of Vision. But the Forsaken would be critical in the recruitment for the next race to join the Horde. In the very north of the Eastern Kingdoms, the Kingdom of Quel'Thalas was reeling in pain after the Third War. The High Elves of Quel'Thalas took the full brunt of the Scourge. 90% of their population was slaughtered, and their font of power, the Sunwell, was corrupted, then destroyed. After this devastating defeat, the Blood Elves struggled to satiate their addiction to magic and ripped the arcane from living things and used fell magic to rebuild their kingdom, causing their eyes to turn green from its radiating influence. They renamed themselves to the Blood Elves, and their leader, Kael'thas Sunstrider, left to go to the world of Outland to find a solution to their magic addiction.
Aldir Shalah.
But their battle against the Scourge was not over. In the corrupted Ghostlands, their necromantic influence still festered, and the Blood Elves had no allies to help them in their weakened state. You'd think the Alliance would help, but that's where you're wrong. In the previous Third War, the Blood Elves briefly allied with the Alliance soldiers who were incredibly unreliable and kind of left them for dead. And more recently, the Night Elves joined the Alliance. The Night Elves being one of the longest-running enemies for the Blood Elves. So instead of helping, the Alliance kinda just spied on them to make sure they weren't doing anything nefarious. But what the Blood Elves did find was help from an unexpected ally.
Hello?
The Forsaken came to the Blood Elves' aid and developed a unique partnership. First and most importantly, they both hated the Scourge, as the Scourge had destroyed both of their homes and their lives. Second, Sylvanas the Banshee Queen was formerly the Ranger General of Quel'Thalas, and was killed by the Scourge, so they have a special connection to the land and an incentive to reclaim it. It was through this unique partnership that the Blood Elves would eventually join the Horde.
For the Horde.
The reasons for the Forsaken and the Blood Elves joining the Horde are some of my favorite lore tidbits in the Warcraft universe, and a great continuation of the lore from Warcraft 3. But you'll notice for future races that join the Horde, the explanation for them joining is far less nuanced, and mainly told through linear quest lines or, well, just barely at all, really. During the Cataclysm, the Bilgewater Cartel goblins were met with disaster as Mount Kajaro erupted, and the goblin city of Kazan was about to be destroyed, so they had to flee the island. Which is odd. If I had a copper for every time a volcano was involved in a race joining the Horde, I'd have 2 copper, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Anyways, the goblins flee the island on Trade Prince Galliwix's boat, and the price for their escape is that they're all now his slaves. The boat gets attacked by Alliance, and they wash up on the Lost Isles. On the Lost Isles, they meet with Horde soldiers who are also on the island. They work together, kill Alliance, rescue Thrall, and then Thrall beats up Galliwix. Thrall gives Galliwix the ultimatum that he will spare his life, but the Bilgewater goblins have to join the Horde, which Galliwix accepts, and he just gets to continue to be the leader of the cartel despite his total disregard for goblin life, which seems like an awful solution for a clearly evil individual. But then again, Thrall really never had a good track record with leaders, as you'll see with the next race that joins the Horde. All playable Pandaren are from the Wandering Isle, a giant turtle with an entire zone on the back of it. During the intro questline, the Wandering Isle Pandaren are introduced to the Horde and the Alliance, and have to pick which faction to join. The Pandaren that join the Horde subscribe to the Hojin philosophy. This is a philosophy that inaction is the greatest injustice, and it's better to work fast than not at all. And the leader of this school of thought is a Pandaren named G. Firepaw. But the Horde aligning Pandaren joined the Horde at possibly the worst time in all of history, because Garrosh Hellscream, the warmongering Horde chief, is fully immersed in his bloodlust.
Let's find out what this Horde is made of. Emperor Hellscream, I am G. Firepaw.
You've made a wise decision to join my Horde. There are some that would call us barbarians, the mongrel races of Azeroth. They are ignorant and blind to reality. Look around you, Pandaren. You will find no better partner in battle than an orc. The Tauren have made themselves useful. Look, this one is a shaman. Even a blood elf can hold a sword. Do you see it? Everyone in my Horde earns their keep. You and your friends will be no exception. Do you understand this, Pandaren?
Yes, Warchief.
Good. Moving on. I know that you are not the only Pandaren to escape from that island. Some of your kind chose to join the Alliance. They are now your enemies. You may have had friends and kin who chose to cast their lot with the enemies of the Horde. They are no longer your friends. No longer your family. The minute they put on that Alliance tabard, they died. I will not tolerate any lingering ties across enemy lines. Traitors to the Horde will die a traitor's death. Do I make myself clear?
I believe so.
Good. Meet me in the Valley of Honor. I have a gift for you.
And then Garrosh sends them to an arena, and it makes them fight 3 giant monsters. So realistically, I think the Pandaren that joined the Horde would swiftly turn around and leave if their leader told them that they need to kill their grandmother just because she's wearing a blue tabard. But the Pandarans stay, and there really is no lore about Horde Pandarans after this, other than G. Firepaw being set up for execution during the Siege of Orgrimmar raid, and if the players are too slow, he just straight up gets murdered.
No!
The de facto Horde Pandaren leader then just sits around for the next 13 years. He's got a very minor role in a book and is a part of the Horde Council. But, yeah, that's kind of it. Okay, so the next races that join the Horde are allied races, introduced at the start of Legion and the Battle for Azeroth. Since this video is about why they join the Horde and not the race's lore as a whole, I'll be going through these pretty quick. So the Horde and the Alliance and Legion both help the High Mountain Tauren and the Nightborn, but both of these races ended up joining the Horde. For the High Mountain Tauren, it's because of their cultural ties with the Tauren. And throughout the expansion, we help liberate the city of Suramar from the control of the Legion, and find a solution to the Nightborn's arcane addiction. And first Arcane Elisra becomes the new leader of the faction. But Tyrande, leader of the Night Elves, was hesitant to accept them into the Alliance. Tyrande was there in the early history of elves on Azeroth thousands of years ago. She saw the cultural separation between the low-born and high-born elves, the betrayal of Queen Ajara, later the demonic corruption of Prince Kael'thas, and the deceit of Elisand. Now you tell me, would Thalyssra really be any different from the arcane-wielding elvish leaders before her? Tyrande had her doubts. So the Nightborn joined the Horde instead and got along well with Blood Elves, because a lot of the aspects of Nightborn culture is just Blood Elf culture, except it's purple.
What if it was purple?
During the Battle for Azeroth expansion, the Horde meet up and ally with the Zandalari Trolls. During the main questline, we help save Princess Talanji's life, earn their trust, and fight alongside them when the Alliance starts pushing into their lands. So by the end of the expansion, they join the Horde.
For the Horde!
Also in Battle for Azeroth, the Volpera join the Horde. Because they've been living in the desert and they want to adventure. That is the whole reason. Yeah, the Volpera are kind of like, the industry plant race of the Horde, okay? And finally, Mag'har Orcs join the Horde in the most ridiculous way possible that is so outrageous and over the top that it's so bad it becomes good again, and I kind of love it. Okay, so in the Warlords of Draenor expansion, we travel to the alternate reality version of Draenor before the Orcs drank the demon blood, which is why they're called Mag'har Orcs. Mag'har meaning uncorrupted in Orcish. We fight them during the expansion, then kill all the demons on the planet, and then suddenly they become our friends at the very end, and then we leave alternate Draenor. 2 expansions later, the Horde need more allies for the current faction war, and open up a portal to go back to alternate Draenor. Back on alternate Draenor, the Draenei we fought alongside with have gone crazy and have turned into these fanatical light-worshipping zealots. And it's only a matter of time before they kill all of the Mag'har Orcs. So we help the Orcs, take them back to our timeline, and they join the Horde. Which is, wow, just the most convoluted way to have a character customization option to make green Orcs brown. And finally, in Dragonflight, the Drakthir wake up from their stasis in the Forbidden Reach and don't really join the Alliance or Horde. They just join the factions as diplomats of a sort. And it's the same for the next race, the Earthen. They're just diplomats and not necessarily Horde members. I really do wish I could give you more context for both of these races joining the Horde, but there really isn't anything of substantial value to talk about, like, at all. So you've probably noticed that the actual lore explanation for each new race joining the Horde has been going down over the years. There are a couple explanations for this. One is that storytelling was a huge part of Warcraft 3, which allowed Blizzard to sow the narrative seeds for the lore to come in World of Warcraft and enrich it to its fullest extent. Then, in World of Warcraft, the finite amount of narrative resources Blizzard has is used for gameplay that more players will interact with, like telling the story of a raid, a zone, or a very important lore character. Yeah, you know, they could do a whole complex listening for the Pandaren staying in the Horde, but it's not like many players would actually interact with this content, and they would rather want lore for the flashy new showcase raid that is far more interesting to the wider player base. And that is why I love it when Blizzard releases short stories that allow us to dive deep into these topics for nerds like me. And there's an important part of it that I think a lot of people forget about, is that this game's lore is not the top priority. Blizzard, World of Warcraft's lore is used to help explain in-game content features first and foremost. The majority of players do not care that deeply about the game's lore. At the end of the day, the average player just wants to play as a cute fox person, and they could care less about the in-depth lore justification for them to just play the freaking cute fox person. And lastly, since Dragon Flight, Blizzard has pretty much abolished any faction tensions on lines. Playable races really have no incentive to the other. Pick their favorite color, which capital city looks pretty. So despite World of Warcraft's framework, now this awkward distance each new race that gets added to the game, and I hope their solution is just making it because that's really, really cool. So in summary, what unifies the Horde is that they are the remnants of a war-tarnished world. The outcast races desperate to carve out a place of belonging despite their troubled past. The Orcs fostered a new era after their defeat in the Second War. The Darkspear Trolls fight to find prosperity in the echo of their ancient troll empire, while the Tauren strive to preserve their nomadic, spiritual way of life in the face of changing threats. Represents resilience, the persistence to rebuild from devastation, and the will to survive despite the overwhelming odds they face. Each race of the Horde shares the legacy of war, but together they work for a future of hope. And I think that's some badass. Thanks for watching. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go zug it out with my boys.
sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the
an eye out for the face. For the stakes, for the clip, and I'ma pull it some shakes. Never go to battle if you plan to lose. Life a game of chess, you gotta plan the moves. Middle fingers up, I'm not a fan of rules. Fighting for the right to live in peace and not like animals.
Bloods in my hands, got swags in my gunners. You'll be notorious, he ain't no runner. Bloods in my hands, got swags in my gunners. You'll be some warriors, they ain't no gunners. Bloods in my hands, got swags in my gunners. Bloods in my hands, got swags in my gunners.
Put on my strap, put on the beam, put on the map, put on my team. Take out every motherfucker between. Know what I mean? Better myself, better my aim, better my rep, better my name. Killing rappers on my hang, I'm by their chains for the fame. Never thought I would it, now I'm running.